Welcome back everybody. Right, today I'm going to be cooking southern fried chicken with French fries and a lovely homemade coleslaw. Who doesn't love southern fried chicken? I just got a craving for it and I just had to cook it. So, right, let's have a run through of our ingredients. Of course, the chicken. I've got free range drumsticks and thighs there, little mixed packs. And I've got some wings as well, because I like wings as well. And then over here, I've got a small tin of condensed cream of chicken soup, 295 grams. This is going to go towards our dip, our egg wash. To that, I'm going to add 2 large free-range eggs. Mix it all together with a teaspoon of fine sea salt. That's going to be our dip for the chicken before it goes into the flour mixture. Coming to our flour mixture, I'm going to measure out 250 grams of plain flour. I've got 250 grams of corn flour, which is already measured out, so I don't have to measure that. I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of fine sea salt, 2 tablespoons of ground black pepper, 1 tablespoon of white pepper, 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of thyme, 2 tablespoons of garlic salt, 1 tablespoon of onion salt, also 1 teaspoon of celery salt, a teaspoon of ground ginger, and a teaspoon of mustard powder. Over here, I've got 3 litres of rapeseed oil, 100% pure rapeseed oil. I'm probably only going to need about 2.5 litres of that. There's a big bowl for my flour mix. There's a smaller bowl for my egg wash. I've got a rack to rest the chicken on after it's been floured, because you need to do that before you fry it. There's my deep fat fryer, and over here I've got my ingredients which I've already shredded up for my coleslaw to save time. So I've got a small red onion cut finely. I've got about 3 or 4 carrots grated, 1/4 of a red cabbage finely shredded, and about half of a sweetheart pointy cabbage, tender heart cabbage, whatever you want to call it. About half of one of those. I'm going to be mixing that with some mayonnaise. And over here, I'm not making my own chips today because this video is about the chicken more than the chips. But these are amazing. They're Albert Bartlett classic French fries. They take about 4 minutes or so in the deep fat fryer and they're beautiful. So I'm going to be serving them with my fried chicken. So that's the rundown of our ingredients and our equipment. Now, first things first, I'm going to start putting together my coleslaw, get that in the fridge, out the way, that'll be done. So let's start with that. So that's the bowl I'm going to be mixing my coleslaw in. Got my cabbage in already, going in with the red onion and the carrot, followed by the red cabbage. There's going to be quite a lot here. I'm cooking for 4 people today, but this mayonnaise will keep in the fridge till tomorrow. Right. This coleslaw stay nice. You never know. With my kids, it might all go today. I'm going to use all that up. A good few spoons of mayonnaise in your coleslaw there. Give it a good mix. I might have to open another jar of mayonnaise. I just want to get this done out of the way. Obviously, the more mayonnaise you put in there, the more fattening it is. But give it a good mix. I'll decide if I'm going to put more mayonnaise in when I'm ready to serve it. It's not too bad. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Nice crunchy, fresh coleslaw. I'm going to put that back in the fridge and then I'm going to start preparing my spice mix. Okay, right. I've measured out all my spices and herbs. So they're all in there. Now, a rundown of all the measurements will be coming on the screen now, so you can pause the video and jot it all down if you like. I've weighed out 250 grams of plain flour. Here's my corn flour. Don't need to weigh that out because it was a 250 gram packet. In that goes. And to that, I'm going to add all my herbs and spices. You want to give that a good mix. It looks like a lot of spices, but not all this flavour is going to transfer. A lot of flavour is going to be lost in the oil, so just keep that in mind. But this is like a tried and tested method. You want to give that a good mix. So I'm just going to give that a little stir, and then I'm going to start with my egg wash dip. So let's get going on that. Okay, I've cracked my 2 eggs into my bowl. I've got a teaspoon of fine sea salt, which is going in. And I've got my cream of chicken soup, condensed. Now you don't have to use this method, but it does add a flavour, and it works really well to dip the chicken in. I mean, I've tried this before and it really does make a difference. You could just use eggs and salt if you prefer, but that's the way I do it. I'm going to break the eggs up. I'm going to give this a good mix till it's all smooth and combined and ready for dipping. So I'm just going to carry on with that. Okay, that's our egg wash soup mixture ready to go. Obviously our spices and flour. I've got my rack there for resting the chicken once it's coated. I've also put my oil into the deep fat fryer. I put 3 litres in the end. So that's all in there. I shall get that heated up while the chicken is resting. So, first things first, I've got 1 thigh. I'm going to do the two-handed technique here. Give it a good roll in that. Shake it off. Drop it in your flour mix. Now use your other hand. Make sure it's completely coated. Give it another shake. Get it on the rack. So left hand into the dip. Shake it off. Into the flour. Right hand. Get it nicely coated. Give it a shake. Onto the rack. Now I'm going to put a couple of wings in. Coat it. Shake it off. Into the flour. Onto the rack. Same with the last one. So this is a nice portion for somebody. A thigh, a drum, and 2 wings. Perfect with some French fries. Right, that's my next wing. Now, I'm going to wash my hands. And in the meantime, you want to rest these for about 15 minutes. While they're resting, you want them to go cloggy, so they don't look like they're covered in flour. It goes all cloggy, and that's when they're perfect for frying. While they're resting, I'm going to get my heat under there and heat up my oil to 175 degrees. So I'm going to wash my hands and get on with that. Okay, right, my oil is at the right temperature now. As you can see, the chicken has been resting for 15 minutes and it's gone kind of cloggy. That's now ready to fry. I'm going to put my oven on 60 or 70 degrees. So when I put my chicken in there while I'm doing my fries, I've got a plate here with a load of kitchen towel on top of it, which I'm going to put the chicken on after it's cooked and leave it in the warm oven while I do the French fries. Now, you can use a wok for this if you haven't got one of these. I used to use a wok. It's obviously a bit more dangerous and it's harder to regulate the heat when you have to keep all the children away, obviously. But yeah, I've done it fine with a wok. But this is a bit easier, you know, it keeps the temperature even throughout the cooking time. So, we're just about ready. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get my thigh. I'm going to carefully put that into the oil and my drumstick as well. Now, I'm going to cook these for about 8 minutes. Then I'm going to add the wings and cook for a further 7 minutes. So, I'll see you in 8 minutes and I'll add the wings. Okay, our chicken has had almost 8 minutes. I'm just going to turn them over. So, our drum and our thigh. Now I'm going to put the wings in. I've made a bit of space. There's one. There's another one. Now 7 more minutes, then we take the whole lot out together. So see you in 7 minutes. Okay, right, our chicken is done. Our thigh, look at the colour of that. I'm going to put that on my kitchen towel. Drumstick, beautiful. And the wings, they've had a good 7 minutes. Sit them on there. They look so good. Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to leave those in the oven at 60 or 70 degrees just to keep them warm. And go straight in with the French fries. Now at this point, you might want to turn it up to 180. So, enough for one portion there. So, yeah, about that. Right, these are going to take about 5 minutes on 180. So, I'll see you when they're done. Right, our French fries have had about 4 minutes, so they look about done to me. If you want them browned a bit more, you can leave them a little bit longer, but they look done to me. I'm going to whack those straight on kitchen towel. And what, straight away, from a little coating of sea salt. Right, that's all our food cooked. I'm now going to plate up and enjoy this delicious fried chicken. So there we have it. Beautiful southern fried chicken. Absolutely amazing. Nice crisp, fluffy French fries. Homemade coleslaw. Last but not least, skipping the alcohol today, going to serve this with a nice Coke on the rocks. Keeping with tradition there for the fried chicken. Beautiful. Look at that. I'm so going to enjoy this. I've been craving it. Well, hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. And don't forget to subscribe. Yum.